Hi everyone, I just want to show you something before I get on with the project that I'm going to do today. And it's actually outside, so I just have to go out or open the door. Are you ready? Are you ready? Look at this. Oh my god. It's winter and it's not even December yet. Oh my god, it's so beautiful and cold. But the snow is coming down. I don't know if you can see that, and the sun is shining. So yesterday I started my Christmas card making, and that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna show you a bunch of cards that I made. Here we are, my Christmas cards of the year. So yesterday when the snow was coming down outside, I just put on some Christmas movies and turned on some candlelights and sat in the living room making a ton of these cards. So let's get closer and into one. It's a very simple Christmas card, and as you can see, it has some stamping, some punching, some matting going on, and just a simple card inside, and the cutout of the punch is on the inside. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and I'll just make one one more for the stack, so I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the base, which is just a green cardstock that I scored in the middle, which fits in a regular Danish envelope, and I'm gonna fold that in half. So I want to keep it in the green and brownish color scheme. So I'm gonna start with this dark green one. On top of that, I'm gonna put this is a craft cardstock that I just cut so that it fits in the inside. So before I'm gonna adhere it to the base, I'm gonna put the base aside and work on this one, because on my card I have the craft card and a brown on the top. In the bottom corner of the card I punched out this snowman punch, and I'm gonna do that as well. So what I'm gonna do is this is pure eyeballing of where I want it, so that's where it went. It's just a very small detail, but it's a punch that I got from my sister, and I love it, so I had to incorporate it. So this one is going on top. Then I'm gonna start off with not the sentiment, but the stamping. I've done some of the stamping on here on the craft card. It says Merry Christmas in Danish. It was with this stamp, and the reason I did it ahead is because it was kind of difficult for me to stamp, because the letters underneath doesn't line up with it on the top, so I had to do that off camera with, my head all the way down. So I already done that. But I'm gonna start with a stamp that I got from this stamp set, Viva Decor, which has some different holiday stamps, and I just love them, and I think they look cool. And to keep within the brownish tone theme, I decided to use this Marby Heritage ink pad in Old English Red, because then it got the reddish color, and so it's kind of what it's called, sepia, I think it's called. So I'm just gonna ink it up real good. Okay. And put down my paper and just stamp it like that. Okay, so this is the stamp with some ornaments over here. It says Mr. Santa on here, and some postage stamps stuff. Then I'm gonna trim this, or cut this out. I figured out the size that I wanted it, so I'm just gonna do that. So here's that all cut out, and then I have to mat it on top of a black piece of cardstock that I just cut a little bit bigger. And I'm using my handy dandy HEG gun. And I'm just gonna eyeball this. There we go. So this is gonna be matted on top of the craft card like this, so that it has the sentiment in the bottom. It says Merry Christmas. So that's also gonna be put on with the HEG gun, or just any kind of adhesive that you have. It doesn't matter which kind. It could also be liquid. It could be glue stick. It doesn't have to be these things. It doesn't have to be these colors. You can also just take the idea of the positioning of everything on the card and use that for something completely different. Okay, then I'm gonna pop that on here. Also, with this, because that just makes it flat, and put that on here. Okay. Then I'm gonna put this one onto this, but I'm gonna do this with some dimensionals. So I'm just gonna put those on the back. So I done that, and I hope you can see that I actually don't use very many dimensionals, because I found that with a card you don't have to use too much, because you know, people have a tendency to throw them out after time, or they are not being handled as roughly as maybe a scrapbook page or a mini layout that has to be turned and flipped all over. So I just put one in each corner, one in the middle, and one here to stabilize it. And then I'm gonna again do a little eyeballing, and that's that. Okay, so on with my ribbon. I want the ribbon to go across beneath, so I just have to get my tape out and my scissors, and I'm just gonna measure it to be a little bit longer than the card, as you can see here, and then take it up, hold it with your thumbs, and try to position it so that it's straight. Hold it and bring out your thumbs and hold it and tilt it backwards, and just put on some tape. Oh. It's funny how that's always harder when there's a camera on, but there we go. That make that stick. Then I'm gonna take my ribbon, slide it under, and make a knot. And this is a cheater method. It's just easier. I'm not very good at knotting or anything, so I'm just gonna do it like that because I think it kind of looks cute. And trim so that it has a bow on it. Then you need to take the base of your card and make sure it opens the right way to mat this on top. So that's on. Again, eyeballing it, because if it seems straight to your eye, it most likely will to your receiver. Okay, one last thing. The snowman that I punched out needs to be adhered down on the inside corner. So I'm just gonna take, this is just a SIG 2-way glue pen. You could use anything you want, and you don't even have to do this part, but I just think it's cute that the detail punch out that is on the front is also inside. So one last thing is to jazz it up a bit. I'm gonna use some stickles. Okay, the stickles that I'm gonna use is the stickles in Candy Cane and the stickles in Crystal. And that's just to jazz it up a bit to make the stamped image here seem a little bit more three-dimensional. So just go ahead and do that. wherever you think it's needed. There is no right and wrong in this. Like that. And ladies and gentlemen, that's your card done. As I showed you before, I made a bunch of cards. And one thing you just have to keep in mind when you're making a bunch of cards like this, and you have to make a lot of them, is what I think is to choose a design that's pretty simple, which this is matted a bunch of times. So first the card and then a mat onto and matted the image, because that's pretty easy just to cut out a bunch of cards. So first, well, I started out with what, 12 or 13, so I just cut 13 of the craft, 13 of the brown pattern paper, 13 of the mat here with the Merry Christmas, you know, all the time. And all there was to do was to stamp, to put some ribbon on, and after I just, you know, made all of the mats, made all of the stamped images, I lined them up in front of me and just took one at a time. Started with the stamped image, matted it onto the black, matted it onto the craft, put it on top of the brown, put that on with the dimensional onto the craft, put the ribbon on, put it onto the green card, and just adhere the little snowman on the inside. That's how easy it is. It doesn't have to take any longer. Okay, so that's my project for today, my Christmas cards, which was the first thing that I do on Christmas, because then they're ready to write and ship out. And another thing that I want to tell you about is that in December or throughout the Christmas time, I'm gonna post some different kind of videos. It could be on Christmas candy, it could be on Christmas decorations, it could be different sorts of Christmas things, because my heart melts when it's Christmas. And when it started snowing, you know, I got so emotional because I'm so excited for Christmas and I love it. So I want to share that with you, to make some small projects, and maybe also just you know, show you something that I've done previous years, and show you how I decorate for Christmas, my Christmas tree. And that's gonna go throughout December. So I hope you'll enjoy that, and that's all I had to say. So hope you enjoy the craft. I hope that you're gonna enjoy the Christmas videos that I'm gonna put up. So well, until it's December, so have a wonderful December month. Remember to just enjoy it. Don't be too much in a hurry. Enjoy it, and remember the Christmas time is just magic, and you know, it's fabulous. So have a fantastic December, and until next time, bye.